Okay, hello, welcome to the weather update today. And yes, we had another severe thunderstorm hit parts of Nassau County, mainly the North Shore, and it went just in the north. But it put on a show for us here in Mineola. We got to see some beautiful shelf clouds. Here's some more. All right, that's the other one. Here's another picture of it. I have a whole video, which you'll see later, so you'll definitely want to stay tuned to that. Got some lightning as well with it. So a really nice storm. So right now, though, things have quieted down. You can see, though, it looks like there's quite a few storms going out over the ocean here, south of Long Island and over Jersey. So hopefully, maybe they're getting some rain. Hopefully, gonna look at the lightning detection and see if these storms are producing a good amount. Oh, they sure are. Oh, if you're at the beach tonight, man, you're probably getting one hell of a lightning show if you're at the Jones Beach. It's a little far. It's like 50 miles away, but you're going to be getting some nice distant lightning there, a little heat lightning there for you. This is a little far away for us to pick up on from here. It's pretty like 70 miles away, but could see some lightning from it. That looks like a pretty impressive cell right there out of the ocean. Those warmer ocean temperatures, that's going to explode pretty quickly. Here it is on the radar. This is this complex again offshore. Very impressive. They've had some thunderstorms along the Jersey Shore, but the severe storm threat is over. You see, we have this front here that is hung up to the south, so it's going to keep clouds around for more. It's not going to clear out, but they definitely will feel a lot more comfortable. And let's see if there are any storm reports for the severe thunderstorm watch. It has expired, but let's see if we have any storm reports put up here. I don't think there were any storm reports, but we're going to see. We'll have to go to the look for them, obviously. I don't see a link to them on the page. So let's, that's not what I want. Let's get those storm reports. Maybe they don't have one. We'll see. We'll find out in a moment. Yes, they have. So 1-inch hail in Roslyn Heights. I don't know why they don't provide a link to this. Hail 1 inch in Syosset. And that was from the other day. So, yeah, there was some hail. And I could tell when we looked at the radar. And in fact, if you look at the radar here, let's go to the radar here, the Ventu Sky radar. We will rewind the radar here. Again, look at all that lightning there. We'll just go back to this again. This is about probably 60 to 70 miles south of Jones Beach. So you might see something from there. It's distant, but there's quite a bit of lightning there. So let's go to the Ventu Sky right now, and we'll show you again what happened today. Oh my gosh, we'll hit it again. Hold on, something got screwed up. All right. Sometimes it does this every once in a while. It just bugs out and does that. I don't know why, but let's go and look at the radar, and we will rewind the radar. We'll show you what happened. And these storms actually got going early. There was a line in Pennsylvania that was already approaching us at 10 o'clock. We weren't sure exactly when this was going to roll through. The models were all over the place. Here we are, 12:10. We got cells blown up over northeast New Jersey. All right, once we get toward 1, you can see it starts forming a line, affects Manhattan, northern parts of the city. Here it is over the North Shore in Queens, stretching down over the North Shore, and it actually moves toward us. You can see here it starts moving toward us. Here we are, 1:40 p.m. All right, I have a video of it. You'll see it. But then what happens is it kind of just this whole end just dissipates, and only the east end of the complex holds together. And so it kind of just bypasses us here in Mineola. And it's quiet, but then we have a few more storms development. Here's one over Staten Island. These aren't severe storms, but they had some heavy rain in them. And you can see a couple of them here around. There was lightning with them. There was some lightning. I heard some rumbles of thunder. Here we are, 4:40. Another one kind of goes over central Nassau here. I don't think that was severe warned. But after that, that's it. So it died out. We thought it was going to be a little later. It wound up being earlier than expected. So let's look at what we got going on outside right now as far as our temperatures go. Not as hot today, but very humid out there, and I think it is still quite humid out there. Let's get the dew points on here. And you'll see, dew points still around 70 degrees across the area, with dew points well into the 70s in Jersey. And if you look at the day at islip, you can see 79. The dew point is 72. So if we look at the day at islip, for instance, you will see here that we made it into the 80s today, mid 80s, but no, we did not hit 90 today because the cloud cover and the storms and that flow off the ocean. However, if you were in New Jersey, you were sweltering. So 74 at Berkeley Township, and I'm sure they probably, they got into the 90s. Yep. They were in the 90s much of the day. Mid-90s once again for Jersey, once again. Pretty brutal out there. But you look at this drastic temperature drop here. That could be due to that's a sea breeze right there. So look at what wound up happening. All right, so look at how high these dew points were. 80, but this is what happened. So we went from the 90s. The dew points went up with the sea breeze, but there was this must have been a thunderstorm here that moved through, that dropped the temperature. That's the only thing a shower thunderstorm could drop the temperature that quick in Berkeley. That would not be a sea breeze. So let's go look at the highs, and we will also look at the amount of precipitation obviously we had. But if you look at the high temperatures, you see mostly mid-80s on Long Island. The city was around 90, and if you were Jersey, you were dealing with mid-90s again. So much hotter there, of course. Not surprising. Jersey is always so hot. So now let's go and look at the precipitation. Well, you know what? We're not even going to bother with this site. Let's go to the Wonder Map. We'll use this instead. This is easier. All right. So we'll get a close look and see where it rained today. There's more stations on this because you'll see certain areas got more rain than others. All right. So we did get that second shower in the middle of the island, so that helped get us to 0.67 in Carl Place. So just shy of an inch. But if you go to some of these areas on the North Shore, like Flower Hill and the areas around the 25A corridor, you'll see over an inch of rain fell in a lot of these areas here. And that's where the heavier rain was, and the hail. You can see at 1.12 at Syosset as well. And then as you head down toward the middle, not as much. South Shore, barely anything on the South Shore at all as far as rain goes. All right. And the city really didn't get that much either. I mean, I'm curious to see how the Jersey Shore fared because they could really use some rain. And it looks like they did get some. Parts of Barnegat there, Beachview, 1.38, 1.26. So it looks like they got a good dousing of rain on the Jersey Shore tonight. Look at this. Atlantic City Airport, 3.44 inches, 2.56. So it was a really heavy cell around here. That's good because they really need the rain over there. Unfortunately, though, once you go inland in the Pine Barrens, not quite as much. Manchester, 0.55. Toms River, not that much. So it was very localized, very small cells. It's not a widespread rain. A lot of areas, you just see zero, which is not a good thing. They really could use some rain. They actually have to implement some water usage restrictions because of the lack of rain, and we're starting to as well because the rain is just not, it's not a widespread line. It's scattered. It's not a solid line. Not everybody's getting hit, and that's the problem that we have. So let's take a look and show you what it was like where the storms hit today. So let's go up toward where the storms hit. I guess this is a good area to, this site in Searingtown here. I'm pretty sure they were affected. So you get an idea of what happened with the temperature when these storms hit. Look at that. So upper 80s, and then when the storms hit, and we got to remember, they got hit hard. Look at that. It went from the upper 80s down to the low 70s, like right off a cliff. That is the cooler. That's what that cold, the hail can really, if you have hail in the storm, it'll really drop the temperature quite a bit. And they got about a little over a half an inch of rain from that. So very impressive there. Nice. Love seeing that on the graph. I always love looking at that. Let's look at Flower Hill because they also got hit pretty hard as well. So 86.9, and there you go. There's that dive again, 86, and then boom, it dived down to like 72. But that is insane there. And they're reporting, and they got a lot of rain. I see a 2.15 inch rainfall down here. That is really impressive. 2.58. No, they got 3 inches. This was the 3 inch. I know there was a station that got 3 inches of rain. Look at that. In that one, oh, that is that is unbelievable. Oh, that's the rate. All right, so they got 0.6. Yeah, I'm not looking at that. But this is the rate, 3 inches an hour. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's a very heavy rate for rain. So that is really impressive. Look at that, all right? Now, obviously, where you didn't get the storms, you didn't see that kind of, dive in the graphs. Let's go look at Garden City, for instance, which is a little further to the south of where these storms hit. And you don't see that drastic dive that you do where these storms hit. I mean, it really cooled down where these storms hit. The temperature dropped like a rock, literally. Very impressive to see. So now let's go to the models and take a look and see what's going to be happening for the rest of this week into next weekend. And again, we have this front. It's going to push off to the south, but it's going to get hung up. So it's going to keep some clouds around. Won't be completely clear, but it should be a decent day. Wednesday should also be a decent day, but then we have to watch for the next threat of rain for Thursday, perhaps, and into Friday. You can see another high is trying to build down, and hopefully maybe this one we can get the front through a little further to the south so we can have some clearer weather. All right, but again, it's all because we have the jet stream in a messed up pattern. So again, if we go to the 250 MB height, you'll see here with the jet stream, it's just in a really, I mean, barely a jet stream here at all. All right, so there is not a lot to force these fronts through. It's a very messed up situation. All right, so let's go into the regional view now and look at the HRRR model, which is what we'll look at. We'll start off with here 0Z HRRR. All right, so the storms die out tonight. We should be done with them. And for tomorrow, we should be dry. However, the HRRR wants to bring some shower activity into parts of New Jersey tomorrow night. All right, because again, you got this stalled front here, maybe a little bit of a wave riding along it. Maybe some of that shower activity could ride up into Long Island. I'm not too confident on that. Wednesday we'll have less of a shower chance, I think, across our area. All right, but you clearly see when we look at the dew points that we have a stalled front here. All right, so look at the dew points. You can see drier air works in after midnight, but the front kind of gets hung up right around Toms River. It doesn't move further south than that. So we're in the dry air, especially Long Island. Dew points, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. But with that front in close proximity, it's going to keep the clouds around. And then you can see a little bit of that humidity try to creep back up with that wave. And then the dry air comes back in again on Wednesday. But you can see it just doesn't make it that far. Without a jet stream to push this thing farther south, it just kind of gets hung up like that. All right. And if we go to the GFS and we take this through, we're going to take this through now till the weekend here. You'll see for Thursday, we're back in the humidity again. All right. And then we have this front come through on Friday. You can see this looks like a hot day with the southwest to west flow. Then the front comes through on Saturday. This looks like it's got more of a push, so maybe it'll bring us nicer weather for the weekend, hopefully. Of course, we'll have no trains. Go figure. I want to go somewhere hiking. It's going to be a pain, but if the weather's nice, I will find a way. So let's now go back to the HRRR here and look at our temperatures for tomorrow. That is not what I wanted to look at. Temperatures, please. All right. So tonight, we're not going to drop off that much. Maybe we'll get below 70, probably upper 60s. And then tomorrow, it will be cooler. We'll see highs in the mid-80s. Not going to be cool, but in mid-80s. It's going to be, with the lower humidity, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. And then for Wednesday, it'll be a little hotter. It looks like it starts to heat up in Jersey again. You're going to see 90 or better in New Jersey, which is crazy. New Jersey's hit New Jersey literally has been hit at 90, I think, a whole full week now. That's pretty crazy right there. All right. But for Long Island, it looks like there's a sea breeze, so we will avoid seeing the 90s. However, we move this along to the GFS. And we go into Thursday. You will see things start heating up. Here you go. We're going to be back into the heat again. Low 90s probably on Long Island. Low to mid 90s. And then for Friday, we have that front coming through. And you can see that can keep us cooler. And then for the weekend, we'll have hot temperatures in the mid 80s and lower humidity. So it will be much more comfortable. All right. We will get relief, but the weekend, I think, is really, we're going to see some really decent relief from this. So now we got that out of the way, let's go look at the clouds. And again, with this front around, I don't think we clear out. You'll see there'll be sun, but I think there'll be a lot of cirrus clouds, and it'll be clear air. And now again, if you were to the north here, especially if you're upstate, especially by afternoon, you're going to have some nice skies. But we'll have to see if we can work some of that in. Maybe by the evening we can work some of that in. Maybe. All right. Then for Wednesday, we start off with sun, but then there are more clouds coming in, just of the high variety. So you'll still have the sun, but it'll be filtered, probably high and mid-level clouds, probably around. And then as we go into Thursday, again, you'll have more of those clouds. It'll start getting hazy and stuff like that. Now, obviously, if we wanted to go out for the week, I'm not even going to look at the cloud forecast for the weekend because, I mean, I can, but it's just so far out. You can see, again, the GFS in agreement with that clear air coming close, but we don't get into it. But if we do look at the weekend here, it looks like it's trying to clear us out. So we'll have to see. All matter of pushing that front to the south. But this, again, is a ways away. So I don't really like using cloud forecasts that far out. All right, so that is going to wrap up this weather update. Stay tuned. We have the storm video coming up later tonight. And, again, another active day across the area. But let's hopefully we can get, for this last weekend of July, we can get some nice weather in. Comfortable summertime, summertime temperatures in the 80s, low humidity and blue skies. We can get that combination. That would really be nice. So thank you for watching, and have a good night.